And indeed, what we await now, of course, is public reaction from Raila Odinga. What he says to his supporters may be key in terms of whether he is, in fact, going to now accept the results or not. So, yeah, let's go live to Kenya. Watching this with us from his home country, Victor Rateng. Victor, good afternoon to you. How do you assess the speech by William Ruto tonight?
I think it's a great speech in terms of, telling Kenyans that, the election is over and it's time to work together. And, just trying to remind Kenyans that, this election was conducted by the IEBC, and the IEBC was able to, have a level of transparency that amazed, including him as a presidential candidate. Yeah.
Such a close election, 50.49% to 48.85%. Is this going to leave divisions in Kenyan society, or do you think between them, Ruto and Odinga may be able to heal those divisions?
I think both of them have to speak as national leaders to unite the country, because this has been a very close election. And I hope that they do just that, although what we see in the last 2 to 3 hours is probably a contested election. So I think Azimio, Odinga's party, might probably go to the Supreme Court to contest this election, given two issues that have come up. 4 of the 7 election management body, the IEBC, have come out and addressed the press, about an hour ago, and saying, that this election was not opaque in the final process. Yeah.
I mean, if I remember correctly, and in fact, your courts have ordered an election to be rerun before. If you've got an electoral commission, your IEBC, divided, that's going to be very difficult over the next few weeks.
It's going to be difficult, but I have to say that if the court is going to be looking at the processes, they have to, prove beyond any reasonable doubt that the final result was not interfered with, because all the Forms 34As were uploaded on the public portal, which anyone in the world could download and verify, and even collate and come up with a figure. So if anyone downloaded those forms way before, like 2 or 3 days ago, and has them, they should be able to match the numbers that have been announced here tonight.
It probably also helps that all of the consistent reporting from every independent outlet that I've seen in Kenya has predicted this result. It's always been Ruto just ahead, very close. So the consistency in the reporting may help as well.
Exactly. All the media houses, when they tallied, they consistently showed Ruto ahead. But at some point, they stopped, which is curious, because some of them are owned by interested parties in this election. So that could also explain why they stopped. But I mean, that's just my point of view. But so as long as somebody backed up the initially uploaded forms, then they should be able to give us a tally that matches what Chebukati says. So, again, issues to do with division in the commission, they have to come out and explain really well why they think there was the lack of transparency in the final process, which just basically includes, ensuring that the totals we have in the Forms 34A match what we have in the Forms 34B before issuing the Form 34C.
We see on our screens now thousands of people who are celebrating in the streets of Nairobi and Kenya tonight. How important is this for ordinary Kenyans? Is it really going to change their lives, or is it just another presidential election?
I think it's just another political, celebration. It gives them pride that, a candidate that they either voted for or identify with ethnically, regionally, or as a coalition has won the election. But in terms of real change in their livelihoods, I think it will take time for some of the policies that, Dr. William Ruto has outlined in his manifesto to come to pass. So it might take a while. We have seen the price, the unga subsidy or the maize flour subsidy that was put in place just a few weeks ago, becoming controversial again. So which means maize flour prices have gone up just in the last few days. And so cost of living still remains high. This new government, or the government-elect, has a lot of work to do to, probably make citizens happy, whether they voted for them or not.
Victor Rateng, thank you, public policy analyst live in Kenya. Thank you for watching the Kenyan elections with us tonight. Do appreciate it. William Ruto elected as the new president of Kenya.